Hello everyone. So, I'm finally here with the painting video for Mirko. I was actually planning to fit both of them into one video, but it turns out that the painting videos were quite long, so I think it would have extended up to like 20 minutes, which I didn't really want. And anyways, so yeah, as usual, the base coat had already been applied before I started recording, because that is something I just do with a airbrush, and it's there's nothing really that important about it. So yeah, this one you'll see that I did apply primer, which I think I had shown in the previous video. I did apply a layer of primer on it, which I usually do whenever there is putty involved. So if I have done some sculpting on the figure, there will be a layer of primer. So other than that, this actually Mirko's skin toning is very interesting because she is one of the dark toned characters. I mean, I don't remember when was the last time I came across a character who was tanned, or is this even tanning? I don't know. Her skin tone is just darker. I don't know if it is tanned or not, but it's very rare to come across such characters when, especially when I'm painting, prize figures, because I mentioned this before that I don't really buy the expensive figures, the pre-orders and all those things. I don't like to do that. I'm not a fan of pre-orders because you have to wait for a very long time, and yeah, patience is not my cup of tea. So, or rather coffee, I prefer coffee. Anyways, so this one was painting was, I would say it was relatively quicker than sculpting, or at least that is how I feel. I'm not really sure, because overall it seems like if I add up the time, it seems that both of them took roughly the same amount of time, both the sculpting and the painting. But in my mind, it feels like painting took less time, maybe because I am more used to it. So yeah, I tried working with a little different purple on her clothes. I mean, most of the pictures that I had seen, and even the original figure, her leggings, and basically any part that was purple, it's more of a bluish shade. Like it's more towards the blue side. But the problem with that is if I click pictures, and my camera is not really that good at picking up purple, so it will pick up just blue. So you will see that it looks blue, and I'm not a fan of that. I like the color purple, so I love using it as much as I can. So what I do is, generally, since I use the purple from Tamiya, I do mix in a little bit of red from Gaia Notes to give it the, or to like make it into the correct shade that I want. And yeah, works out really nice. As you can see here, of course there wasn't as much cloth to be painted, because it's, at the end of the day, it's a bodybuilding bikini figure. So yeah, there wasn't much purple to be painted, but whatever it looked great. I mean, even now I have the figure in front of me, it looks really nice. I love the end result. And yeah, don't really have that much to say about the painting, because I have I have been repeating this time and again. Like, it's the same stuff. Cell shading, pick the correct shades. If you're not happy, go back and paint it again. Because here's the thing, there have been times where I have painted the same figure 2 or 3 times because I was not really happy with the shade that was coming out. Like, it in my mixing tray, or whatever that is, it's a small container kind of thing where I mix my paints. The color itself might look a certain way, but then when I apply it on the figure, it looks very different. For example, over here you can see the gloves, basically the white parts. They were initially, So when I mix the color, it looked like, yeah, it's a light shade, it's quite nice. But once I was done applying it on the figure, I realized that it is not really that light. I wanted it to be lighter, and I had to actually go in and paint the whole thing again, or I mean paint the white parts again, basically with a lighter tone of gray. So those things happen from time to time, and honestly, it's fine. It's fun. You That is how you learn. That is how you learn to balance the shades better. And yeah, the hair was a little bit of a pain to paint. I mean, Mirko's hair has never been easy to paint, honestly. Like every time I have painted Mirko, her hair has been a challenge because it's difficult to, get those lines, or rather get those shapes, block out the shapes in her hair. Because otherwise, I could just paint it like in plain cell shaded way, but that would make her hair look very flat. So yeah, it's a bit complicated, and it takes a lot of time. Like I think that is something that took maximum amount of time for me to complete, especially her ponytail. So yeah, uh time consuming and all those things as usual, but honestly the result came out looking absolutely gorgeous. Like I love the result. I'm really happy how it came out compared to the last time, because I did manage to, do a few things better here and there. One feedback that I did get from a few people, that her chest was too big, which honestly I realized after I had, after I had finalized the sculpt. So there was nothing I could do about it. And on one hand, I agree with whoever has this view. I totally agree with you. But on the other hand, I'm not really that worried about it, because it did give me some good practice, because I wanted to practice making clothes the way I did in this one. So I take it as a win. So it's a win-win situation. I don't really mind it. Maybe I'll look into making it better, or managing the size better in the next figure, because I do plan to make another. Well, not now. I think I'll take some time, because I will be painting the pop-up parade L size Mirko next, and I'll take my own sweet time with it, because it's a bigger figure, and it's going to be really fun to paint her. So yeah, we'll think about the other things when we get to them. So till then, yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, leave a like, leave a comment. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I try my best to answer every question, and if your question has already been answered, I will probably direct you to where the answer is. So yeah, feel free to, get in touch. And until the next video, I'll see you then. Bye bye.